For the first time in the media, Saeed Mohammad Khatami, Iran's former president, has spoken out on his ban on Iranian television. He said that he does not consider his ban from television a personal issue, but stressed the fact that such decisions are against the law. He followed that the Constitution does not have any legislation that imposes on a newspaper, and so in this case, given what is written in the Constitution, the decision made is contrary to the law. During the past week, the Commission's spokesperson for Culture and the House of Justice spoke of the approval of a resolution that a fine of 100,000 tomans will be issued by the police to drivers with improper hijab. Mariam Akbari Monfared, a political prisoner, is still being prevented from receiving medical treatment despite the fact that she has been imprisoned for the past 6 years. Despite the fact that a number of specialized physicians have requested that Narges Mohammadi should be under expert medical supervision, Iran's judicial system still refuses to transfer this civil rights activist to the hospital. Iran's Minister of Science has said that the holding of live musical performances are strictly forbidden at university halls, and if any concerts were to be held, the university would take action against them. On August 6, 2015, security forces took records of belongings purchased from the prison store found in Hall 10, Section 4 of the prison. The Parliament member of Cultural Commissions announced that the underground singer Amir Tatalu committed what became deemed an illegal act when he released a music clip without receiving approval from the Ministry of Culture. 2 young men accused of committing rape were hung publicly in Hafez Square in the city of Mashhad. News suggests that Mehdi Hashemi's attorney will be turning his client into the Evin prison. Sirwan Nejhavi, a political prisoner sentenced to death, was hanged in the Tabriz prison. Hussein Bozorgnejad, a prisoner convicted of drug trafficking, was sentenced to death by hanging in the Esfahan prison on the morning of August 9, 2015. On Tuesday the 6th of August, a theatre show which was performed in the Iran Shar Theatre of Nazazadeh was closed after 3 days due to their failure to comply with some regulations during their performances. This show is called Pinocchio, which was written by Stefano Benni and directed by Shohreh Soltani. On Wednesday the 12th of August, 3 prisoners accused of drug trafficking were hanged in the Rajai Shah prison. On Friday the 7th of August, once again, a number of unknown people attempted to write hate graffiti on the walls of the house of the Aghdassi family. The Aghdassi family is a Baha'i family who live on the Sazaman Ebarnameh Road, located in the west of Tehran. For the second time in a row, the Sunni preachers in the Sistan and Baluchistan province and various other provinces reacted towards the destruction of the Punak Sunni chapel in Tehran, which occurred on Wednesday the 29th of July, by the municipality with the support of the security and police forces. During the past week, Namer Deldel, a Sunni prisoner from the city of Bukhani, held in Section 209 of the Evin prison, was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment. On Friday the 7th of August, 3 religious dissidents by the names of Peyman Fatahi, Murtaza Rasulian, and Amir Reza Almazian were arrested in Mershar in the city of Karaj. 3.5 years after the arrest of the Malak Muhammad Abadian family from the Sistan and Baluchistan province, and despite the fact that their death penalty has been cancelled by the Supreme Court, Zahedan's Revolutionary Court has decided that this family is not to be released on bail until the final verdict on their charges. Following the continued pressures on Christian converts and other religious dissidents in Iran, at least 8 members of a house church in Karaj were arrested by the security forces of the Islamic Republic. Saeed Abadini, who is an imprisoned priest, is currently in a critical condition.
You may have heard about the story of Socrates or Mansur al-Hallaj. If you have not, please Google their name. For you, this might be only a myth, a story with exaggeration which had happened long time ago. Today, if you search Iranian news agencies, you will face with the news, death sentence for Muhammad Ali Taheri. You may think, he must be a criminal. Maybe he is a terrorist. Or you might say, he definitely was a threat for their people. No, you're wrong. Taheri is a scholar, theorist, founder of 2 modern complementary medicine, and a spiritual teacher. He has been arrested in 4th May 2011 for a charge of acting against national security, because of receiving some honorary doctorates and the prize of officer from Europe for his scientific theories, and another charge, blasphemy, for his opinion that each individual can be directly connected to their source, or God, without any mediators. And after 4 years in solitary cell, they gave him death sentence for the charge of corruption or else. They believe that he's spoiled people's mind. Yeah. In 21st century, after the so-called historical deal for world peace, Iran is going to execute a man who brought peace for heart of thousands and thousands of people. A man who sacrificed himself for humanity, defined peace and unity from another approach, and gave another meaning to human, love, unity, life, universe, and spirituality. A man who talked about the dignity of the human being and need for freedom of thought. Now, we can just watch the execution of another Hallaj, or turn on our handphone's camera and ask Iran's government to free Muhammad Ali Taheri.
Muhammad Ali Taheri is a kind and gentle man. He stood up for justice and freedom and for what he believed was right. I'm hoping that you will listen to our pleas and to release him and to at least spare his life and to allow him to carry on the fight for freedom and justice.
The Ministry of Culture and Islamic Guidance made a complaint about the Vatan Today newspaper and accused them of leaking top-secret letters from this ministry regarding nuclear negotiations. On Sunday the 9th of August, Ali Jannati, Iran's Minister of Culture and Islamic Guidance, told reporters that since Hassan Rouhani's government, 2 ministerial-level meetings have been held for the reopening of the Trade Association of Iranian Journalists, with the presence of various ministers, including the Minister of Labour. It has been over 5 months since Ramazan Ahmad Kamal was transferred to the Rajai Shah prison to continue his treatment, but he has not yet been transferred to the hospital. According to environmental officials of the Khuzestan province, the concentration of dust in the air has reached 46 times the permissible level, and some flights in surrounding airports have been cancelled. On Saturday the 8th of August, Mehdi Karoubi, who is a member of the National Trust Party and is currently under house arrest, recently had an eye operation for the second time by the Health Minister Hassan Ghazizadeh Hashemi. Sohail Babadi has been imprisoned in the Rajai Shah prison for the last 40 months since his first sentence was issued, and he is still in limbo of uncertainty.